Botanically, corn is way closer to wheat and oats and rice and such than it is to carrots or broccoli, so why do we consider corn a vegetable? Well, we don't, right? We consider sweet corn a vegetable, but sweet corn is like a tiny fraction of all of the corn that's grown in the world. Here in the US, it's 1% of the total corn crop. The rest of the crop is this. Field corn. Most corn is field corn. And this corn we consider a grain, a starch. This corn is tortillas and grits and polenta and cornbread and cornflakes and popcorn and a million non-food products like ethanol fuels and a million semi-food products like high fructose corn syrup. All those things are corn and none of them are vegetables, yet sweet corn is. Why? Well, in part it's genetics, but arguably the bigger difference is simply when you harvest it. Sweet corn you pick when the plant is still green, long before the seeds are mature and dried and ready to drop and grow into new corn plants. It's like you were to harvest wheat when it's still green and eat the seeds when they're soft and wet on the inside, which you can do, by the way. Corn probably works better as a vegetable than other grains because the grains of corn are just so huge. You get lots of juicy inside relative to the fibrous outside. That is sweet corn. Field corn is called field corn because you let the plants grow, live, die, and shrivel up right there in the field so that the seeds will dry out. This is also how we do most other grains, like this rye here. It lives, then it dies, and there's your amber waves of grain. These are also amber waves of grain, though I always think that field corn blowing around looks less like the ocean and more like a mosh pit. See, it doesn't look like they're moshing. Do the kids today still mosh? Now, dried grain is great stuff. It's preserved so you can store it and eat it all year long. You don't have to spend every single day of your life hunting and gathering. You have time to do other things like invent civilization. But there comes a brief window in every grain farmer's season when they can pull some of the seeds off and eat them fresh, raw even. That's way easier than eating dried grains. For all of their advantages, dried grains are hard. You have to grind them up into flour and then mix them with water and then boil them or bake them. These you can just put in your mouth, and when I get good sweet corn, I don't even really cook it. I just steam it for like a